So, negotiating job offers. When you get to that point and you have been given a job offer and they say, here's what we want you to consider, you're going to get benefits and salary. Let me say that money is not everything in a job offer. To think about the culture and what you're working and how the environment that you're working in, to think about the benefit package. If they offer to match retirement or they'll automatically contribute to your retirement fund based on the percentage that you earn, those are all huge benefits that pay off down the road. It won't be immediate, but are things you need to consider when you look at that. Also, salary.com, or if you use glassdoor.com through the career development website. So if you go to whatever program that you're in, if you click on job searching or job application tools, or job search tools, and then search by major. Every major has a link to Glassdoor. If you go through our website, it's totally free. You don't have to give them information, but they've got things like what are the best interview questions that employers are asking from specific companies out there. They'll let you know what their interview process was like. They'll give you reviews about the company and working there, and they've also got salary scales. Again, you guys are just going to be recent grads, or most of you, so please make sure you adjust for that. Know that when salary.com or glassdoor.com gives you a range, you're in the first part of that range. Typically for employers, what I'll say is if you are within $5,000 of what you think you should be making for that job, take the job and then work for them and demonstrate and prove to them that you're worth the extra $3,000 to $5,000. It will come. However, if it's $8,000 or $10,000 off from what you think it should be, negotiate with them. Again, know also that the number is not everything, but thinking about the benefits that you're going to receive, are there other things that you can negotiate with them too? So again, if it's a small non-for-profit that you're looking at, and you know that they can't pay you any more than what they say, negotiate an extra week of vacation in there, or see if there's some other way or something else that they can work with you on. But please look for those opportunities. Second part of this is you need to know what it means to live. So a cost of living calculator, rather, they're out there on the internet. Different communities or chambers of commerce will often have them, but it will allow you to know if you're making $50,000 or $30,000 is a great example. Here in Arkansas, you can live pretty comfortably for $50,000 a year here in Northwest Arkansas. If you take that same $30,000 and try to live in New York City, you're really going to struggle to maintain life out there. And so again, know what it costs for housing, for insurance, what it costs to have a gallon of milk. Again, you need to know your budget and what you need to be comfortable. So again, crown.org is another one. We've got some financial skills workshops that you're welcome to participate in, but would encourage you to know what it is that you need to live on, and does that salary accommodate that lifestyle in that location. Do not bring up the salary in the interview. Let them do that. Let them bring up the actual number. If they say, so what do you think you're looking at right now, or what would you like to make? Push it back on them to say, well, you tell me, what do your top performing employees make, or your top performing entry-level positions make, knowing that you're going to do excellent work for them. But don't be the first one to put a number down, because you're either going to be too high and they're going to write you off, or you're going to be too low and they're going to say, yeah, that sounds great, it's a deal. And then you're in trouble for a while, several years afterwards, trying to make up that difference. Multiple job offers, which I hope that you all have this experience. So you've gone out, you've done multiple interviews, and you've got multiple offers that are starting to come in. Once you actually accept the job, you are off the table. So if you accept it verbally, if you accept it in writing, on a handshake, as soon as you accept something, you're off the table, no more negotiations. Even if your dream job comes in a month later, you can't renegotiate or renege on that. You need to make sure that you maintain your integrity and you're true to that commitment. What do you do, however, when you're waiting on that dream job? Number one is if a company comes to you and says, here, we're willing to make you an offer, and it's not quite the right job. It's a good job, but you've got another one out there that may materialize for you. Ask them, how long do I have to make a decision, or how long can I consider? Sometimes it'll be 48 hours, sometimes it'll be that day. Typically it'll be a couple weeks that they're willing to wait with you or for you. Know that they've probably also got other candidates, so don't extend that out too long, definitely not beyond their deadline. Tell them that you've interviewed with other companies and that you need time to decide. However, don't name drop with them. And then as soon as you're done in that conversation, whether it's email or on a phone conversation or in person with that company who offers you the job, immediately after that, get on the phone and try to contact the employer who you really want to work for. Say, man, I've got another job offer on the table, but I really want to work for you. When do you think you'll have a decision made by? And really try to push them into giving you a decision. The worst they can say is, sorry, we don't know. It could be another 2 months before we make a decision, or another 2 weeks, at which point you've got a hard decision to make, and you need to pray about that, whether you go with what you know or you kind of wait and hope that this next one opens up. The second thing that this often does is it provides that second employer an opportunity to come back and counteroffer. So for them to come back and say, oh man, thank you for telling us. We really are interested in you as well. Let me see if I can get that number pushed through HR or pushed through the manager, and I'll try to get it to you in the next day or two. So that way you've got 2 numbers on the table, and you've got 2 different offers to really work through and consider. What do you do if the job is not a good fit? Whatever you do, don't reverse your decision. Once you make that commitment, you're committed. At least work there for 6 months to a year, and then start looking to transition. That's not unethical to do that. Also, I get a question often about students who say, I think I'm going to graduate school, but I've not been enrolled yet, or have not been accepted yet. I don't know when I'm going to go. Don't make that part of your interview questioning process. Typically, an employer will ask you a question, where do you hope to be in the next 5 to 10 years? What they're not asking is all your personal stuff, so don't go that way with it. What they're looking for is, I want to be in your organization, I want to advance and to be committed to growing and to learning and developing, and I hope to have been promoted 2 or 3 times while I've been here. That's what they want to hear. The other side of that is, for some of you who are thinking about grad school, you don't know what God has in store. Many times in our lives, God takes us in places that we didn't even dream of. And it's in that sidetrackedness that we actually are in the middle of God's will, doing His work in that area. And so until you know that you're going to a grad school and you've got the date nailed down that you're actually going to enter, a lot of grad schools will even let you delay for a year if you want to as well. And so don't be pressured by that, but until you know for sure the date you're going to walk in and start classes on that campus, your answer to them is, I hope to be here as long as I'm able to be, and to really work hard for you and do a great job. And so again, don't make that part of that response. Again, happiness is not about the money, it's found in finding a good fit. Happiness is found in a lot of different ways. I can honestly say I don't make a lot of money here at JBU, but it's been a good fit. I have a family in student development here that I love. I know that they would go to bat for me, I would go to bat for them, and for me it's about the culture and about the environment that I get to work. It's not about making a lot of money. Granted, I live very comfortably with that being the case. So again, I would challenge you, just because it's the highest paying job, it may not be the best job for you, and you need to evaluate that well.